Hi, I am Isha from VideoSDK. In this video, we build a live streaming Android app with a VideoSDK. But first, let's understand what is a live streaming. Whether you are a musician, business owner, or a teacher, live streaming can be a powerful tool for engaging with your audience and sharing your message. The majority of live streaming applications rely on widely used protocol called HTTP live streaming to deliver content to their audience. In fact, you ever watch an Instagram live stream? You already had a brush with the magic of HLS. Choosing the right live streaming platform is an important decision as it can impact the quality of your stream, the size of the audience, and overall success of your live stream. Video SDK comes into picture. Video SDK is the ideal choice for those who are looking for a reliable live streaming platform that offers a suite of robust features. The platform supports screen sharing, real-time messaging, allows broadcaster to invite an audience member to the stage, and have a capacity up to 1000 participants. Video SDK ensure that your live stream are not only highly quality but also highly engaging. Plus, you can customize your own live stream layout using your own design template. It's fantastic, right? So let's build live streaming Android app with a Video SDK. For that, you need to go to our official documentation website docs.videosdk.live. Here you will find a quick start for the ILS. To build live streaming Android app with a Video SDK, you need a Java development kit, Android Studio, Android SDK API level 21 or higher, a mobile device, and of course a Video SDK account to generate a token. So let's start with the code. First thing is to create a new project. So let's do it. Go to Android Studio, click on new project, select empty activity, click on next. Here you need to give a name of your project. Here I am giving a HLS demo, then click on finish. Okay, now our project is ready. Now is time to integrate a Video SDK. You can integrate Video SDK using a Maven Central or a Jetpack. Here I am using a Jetpack. So copy this line, go settings.gradle file and paste in dependency resolution management. Okay, then click on sync now. Okay, now we need to add a dependency into our project. So copy this line, go to the build.gradle file and paste here. Okay, we need a Android networking library to perform a network call to generate a meeting ID. Okay. In this project, we will access a mic and a camera. So you need to add a permission into your project. So copy these lines, go to the Android manifest file and paste it here. After successfully creating an app, our app would look like this. We have 3 screens: join screen, viewer screen, and speaker screen. If you are create a meeting or join as a host, you will navigate to the speaker screen. Here we have a recycler view which will display the speaker view and a meeting controls. And if you are a join as a viewer, then you will navigate to the viewer screen, and we have a player that play the live stream. Okay, so let's start with the join screen. For that, you need to create a new activity named join activity. In a join activity, we have three buttons: create button, join as a host button, and join as a viewer button, and one text field for the meeting ID, which will contain the meeting ID that you want to join. Okay, so let's copy this XML file, go to the Android Studio, create an activity name, join activity. Now paste it in the XML file of the join activity. Okay. After that, we will integrate a create meeting API. For that, we need to create one field named sample token in a join activity, which will hold the generator token from the VideoSDK dashboard. We will generate token later. Okay, so let's create one field. New sample token. Okay. Now on join as a host on click event, we will navigate to the meeting activity, which we will create later with a token, meeting ID, and mode as a conference. What is a mode we will discuss later. Okay, so don't worry about that. And on a join button as a viewer, on click we will navigate to the meeting activity with a token, meeting ID, and mode as a viewer. Okay, so let's copy this entire on create method and replace with it. Okay. Import all the classes. Okay. For create button, under the create meeting method, we will generate a meeting ID by calling a API. Then we will navigate to the meeting activity with a token, meeting ID, and mode as a conference. Okay, so let's copy this create meeting method and paste it here. Import all the classes. Okay. As I said earlier, our app is completely based on audio and video communication, so we need to ask for the runtime permissions. Okay, so let's copy this methods, paste in join activity, and call it in a on create method. Okay. Import all the classes. So our join activity is now complete. It will look like this. Step 2 is creating a meeting screen. For that we need to add a new activity named meeting activity. In the meeting activity we have just one text view that says creating a meeting for you. Okay, so let's copy this XML file, go to Android Studio. First create a activity named meeting activity. Then paste the XML file here. Okay, here. Okay, remove the extra parentheses. Okay, in the meeting screen we initialize the meeting. For that, first we need to initialize the video SDK. Then we will configure the video SDK with the token. Okay, now we initialize the meeting. Here we are passing a mode. So what is a mode? In the video SDK we have two modes. First is a conference and second one is a viewer. So if you are passing a conference here, then you will able to produce or consume any type of media. But other hand, if you are passing here a viewer, then you are not able to produce or consume any type of media, but you can interact with chat, poll, etc. Right? Okay, after that we will join the meeting. Okay, then we will add a listener that will listen the meeting join event. In that we will check the mode of the participant. If it is a conference, then we will replace the main layout with a speaker fragment or a viewer fragment. Okay, here we are also pinning the local participant. Why we should do that, we will discuss later. Okay, so we copy this entire meeting activity, paste it here. Okay, import all the classes. Okay, our meeting screen will look like this. Now it's time to implement a speaker view. After successfully entering into the meeting, it's time to render a speaker view and manage the controls such as toggle webcam, mic, start and stop, HLS, and leave the meeting. So for that we need to create a fragment named speaker fragment. So let's create one. New fragment, blank fragment. Give it a name, speaker fragment, click on finish. Okay, now copy this XML file and paste in the XML file of the speaker fragment. Here we have 4 buttons: leave button, start HLS button, toggle webcam button, and toggle mic button. And 2 text view. First is to display the meeting ID and second is to display the current HLS state. Okay, so now let's set a listener for the buttons. Here we are set a listener for the button mic, which will toggle mic. Then we listen for the button webcam, which will toggle the webcam. Then we are listening for the button leave button, which will leave the meeting using a leave method of the meeting class. Then we are listening for the button HLS. Here we are start and stop the HLS. Okay, now in start HLS method we need to pass a parameter named config, which is a type of JSON object. Here we are passing a type. You can pass here a spotlight, sidebar or a grid. Then second is a priority, which will define which participant you want to show on the live stream layout. Okay, here I want only the pin participant so in the live stream layout. So here I am passing the pin and pin the all participants that I want to display. Okay, so here I am passing here I am pinning the local participant. Okay, then we have a orientation which will define orientation of your live stream. You can here pass a portrait or a landscape. I am passing here a portrait, which will best for the mobile view. You can also pass a value for the theme and quality. Okay, so let's copy this entire speaker fragment and replace with it. Import all the classes. After adding a listener for the buttons, let's add a meeting event listener to the meeting class. In the meeting event listener, we are listening for the on meeting left event. In that we are unpin the local participants and navigate to the launcher activity, which is a join activity. Okay. Then we are listening for the on HLS state change event, which will trigger whenever HLS state is a change. Okay, here we are set the tags for the TV HLS state. Okay, so let's copy this meeting event listener and on destroy method. Go to the speaker fragment and paste it here. After importing the classes, we need to add this listener into the meeting. So in on create view, here we are add the listener. Okay. Next step is to render the speaker view. Here we are using a recycler view to display the list of the participant who joined as a host. So let's create a new layout for the participant view, name, item, remote, peer, XML. Okay. So copy this XML file, create one resource layout file. And paste here. Okay. Here we have a video view to display the participants video stream, and then we have a one text view to display the name of the participants. Okay. Now let's create a adapter named speaker adapter. In that we are add the meeting event listener to the meeting class. In the meeting event listener, we are listening for the on participant join event. In on participant join event, we are checking for the participant is joined as a host or not using the mode property of the participant class. If the mode of the participant is a conference, then we are pin that participant and add that participant into our participant list. We are also listening for the on participant left event. In that we are unpin that participant and remove participant from the participant list. Then we have a method named update participant list, that we are adding the local participant to the list and add the participant who joined before you. Okay. Then we override the on bind view holder method. In that we are adding the initial video stream for the participant into the video view. After that we are add the listener to the participant which will update the video stream. Here we are listening for the on stream enable event. In that event we are add the track into the video view. And in on stream disable event we are removing the track from the video view. Okay, so let's copy the entire adapter class. Let's first create a class. Speaker adapter. After importing all the classes, our speaker view is ready. It will look like this with two participants. Okay, so let's add this adapter to the recycler view in the speaker fragment on create view here. Okay. Now the final stage is to implement to viewer view. When a host starts the live stream, viewer will be able to see the live streaming. For that we need a player. Here we are using a XO player. So let's add the dependency into our project. Build.gradle file. Click on sync now. Okay, now we need to create a new fragment named viewer fragment. In that we have a text view which will display the meeting ID, leave button, another text view named waiting layout which will be shown when there is no active HLS, and a player which will display the live streaming. So let's copy this XML file. Okay. Create a new fragment named viewer fragment. Okay. Now it's time to initialize the player and play the HLS stream. To play a HLS stream, you need a downstream URL. You will get a downstream URL when a HLS state is updated to HLS playable. Okay. So let's initialize the player when state is changed to the HLS playable, and release the player when HLS state is updated to HLS stopped. Okay. So let's copy this entire viewer fragment. importing all the classes. Our viewer screen is ready. It will look like this. Okay, all the coding is done. Now it's time to run the app. But before that, we need to do two things. First is to set a join activity as a launcher activity. So cut this out. Close and paste it here. Okay, set exported to true. Okay, and the second thing is to generate a token from the VideoSDK dashboard. So go to our VideoSDK dashboard page, then click on API keys, then select generate token. Here you have to choose expiry time for the token. I am selecting here 7 days. Click on next. Here you go. You have your token. Copy this and paste it here. Okay, so let's rerun the app. Okay, let's accept these permissions and create a meeting. Okay, here we are join as a host, so let's join the same meeting as a viewer. Okay, it says waiting for a host to start the live streaming because we are not started the HLS yet. So let's start. Okay, as you can see, the current state is updated to HLS started. Okay, now is a HLS playable. So as you can see, as a viewer side, the stream is playable now. Okay, let's stop the HLS. It's updated to HLS stopping. Okay, as you can see, the current state of the HLS is the HLS stopped, and on the other hand, on the viewer side, it says host has stopped the live streaming. Okay, just leave the meeting. So congratulations, you build your own live stream Android app with a VideoSDK. If you want to add more features like screen sharing, real-time messaging, and allow a viewer to go on a stage, then you can check our code samples or browse our documentations. So thank you for watching this video.